Welcome, everyone, to the John Louis Memory School. Have you ever stared at a word and felt your brain just slip right off of it? You know the ones I'm talking about. Well, in this explainer, we're going to explore a really powerful technique to make those slippery, abstract words finally stick. We are going to learn how to make the forgettable completely unforgettable. Let's start with the question we've all asked ourselves. Why is it that some words are just so impossible to remember? You can recall every single detail of a movie you saw years ago, but the definition of a word you just looked up 5 minutes ago? Poof, it's gone. So what's really going on here? Well, it really all comes down to this. Take a look at the words on the right. Apple, telescope, car. Your brain instantly creates a picture, right? You can almost smell the crisp apple, feel the weight of the telescope. But the words on the left, they're just abstract. They don't create an image, and our brains just can't get a grip on them. So what if we could give those abstract words a picture? That's the real secret to a super memory. See, it's not about trying to work harder. It's about learning to speak your brain's native language. And guess what? Your brain's language is pictures. And this quote from memory grandmaster John Louis just says it all. The brain's language is pictures. If we want to remember something abstract, we have to convert it, translate it into a concrete image that we can actually see in our mind's eye. And here's the best part. The image you create doesn't have to be realistic at all. In fact, the weirder, the more surreal, the more absolutely ridiculous you can make it, the better it's going to stick. Your brain is wired to remember things that are unusual, so this is your chance to let your imagination go wild. Okay, so how do we actually do this? Well, to help us with this translation process, John Louis developed a simple but oh so powerful system. It's called the RASH method. Think of it like a 4-part toolkit for your mind. RASH. That stands for rhyming word, application, split word, and hidden word. These are the 4 tools you're going to use to turn any meaningless, abstract word into a vivid, memorable movie in your mind. All right, let's jump into the first tool, R for rhyming word. The idea here is simple. You find a word that sounds like the abstract word, but that you can actually picture. And get this, it can be from any language you know, as long as it creates a clear image for you. So, let's take our first abstract word, Canberra. It's the capital of Australia. On its own, it's just a name, an abstract sound, really. But what does it sound like? Canberra. Now you have an image. Picture a giant fuzzy brown bear trying to squeeze itself into a tiny little soda can. Imagine hearing the metal creaking and groaning. It's silly, it's ridiculous, and that's exactly why you will never ever forget the capital of Australia now. Okay, next up is A for application. Now this technique is an absolute game changer, especially for those technical or scientific terms. Instead of thinking about the word, you think about where it's actually used in the real world. For example, let's take the word silicon. For most of us, that doesn't really create an instant image. It's just an element on the periodic table, right? Pretty abstract. But its application is literally in your hand right now. Just picture a shimmering, complex silicon chip, the kind that powers your phone or your computer. Imagine you can feel how cool it is to the touch. See all those intricate little pathways. Now you've taken an abstract element and made it into something real and tangible. All right, moving on to S for split word. With this one, you get to be a word detective. You take a long, intimidating word and you just break it down into smaller, meaningful parts that you can actually see. So let's try it with the word ascorbic, which is just another name for vitamin C. By itself, ascorbic has kind of a mouthful, a jumble of letters. But what if we split it? What do you hear? Oscar big. Now we've got something. Picture a giant, glittering Oscar Award statue, but it's so big it's towering over you. Imagine the blinding golden light reflecting off of it. That image is way more memorable than the original word, isn't it? And last but not least, we have H for hidden word. This one's a lot like split word, but instead of breaking the word up, you're looking for smaller, complete words that are hiding in plain sight. Let's use the famous mountain, Kilimanjaro. It's a beautiful name, but it's still pretty abstract beyond just the general idea of a big mountain. Okay, look closely inside the word. What do you see? Kill, man, jar. Now, stick with me here. Picture a totally bizarre scene on top of this snowy mountain. Some cartoon villain is trying to kill a tiny man who's trapped inside a jar. It sounds crazy, I know. But because it's so strange and visual, you'll find it's almost impossible to forget. So now you have the toolkit. You have the 4 powerful principles of the RASH method. So it's your turn. It's time to put this to the test and unlock your own memory potential. Just remember these 4 amazing principles from the brilliant John Louis. We owe him a huge thank you for developing and sharing these techniques. They are truly a gift to anyone who wants to learn more effectively. All right, here's your challenge. Here are 10 new abstract words. I want you to go ahead and pause the explainer, and for each word, use the RASH method. Create the most vivid, wild, multi-sensory movie in your mind that you can. Don't just see it. Try to hear it, feel it, even smell it.
So, how did you do? What were some of the craziest images you came up with? Which ones worked the best? Go ahead and share your most creative and memorable images in the comments below. We would absolutely love to see what your imagination cooked up. Thank you so much for learning with us today, and let this be the start of an incredible memory journey for you.